Grab a music box and some tokens because we're about to theorize Fazbear style. So in the past week, Scott Cawthon, the creator of the game, has released some info on Five Nights 3 in the form of teasers, and believe it or not, the teasers reveal more than meets the eye, but to understand the teasers, we need to understand the timeline, so I'll make it short. Five Nights 1 is the last restaurant timeline-wise. Five Nights 2 is where the toy animatronics come in and comes before Five Nights 1 because reasons. Unknown Pizzeria appears before that. As Phone Guy mentions, it was left to rot. Where the original animatronics come from comes before Five Nights 2. And finally, Freddy's Family Diner, which is the first restaurant in the series timeline-wise. Now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the teasers. This thing. This horrifying thing. The caption next to it reads, "I am still here," and when brightened, it appears to be Golden Freddy, and it also seems to go with the title of the offline image Scott posted on his website that read, 30 years later, only one. This is important, but we'll get back to that later. Days ago, upon going to scottgames.com, users found this, a box of animatronic parts. Toy animatronic parts, as they've been dismantled as of the end of Five Nights 2, where all the toy animatronics were scrapped and the originals repaired for Five Nights 1. The picture's title is, "What Can We Use?" .jpg, as this is being said by someone looking in, watching. But brighten up the image and you'll find Golden Freddy, standing to the side of this box of broken trinkets. Almost as if he's saying it, but what if I told you, that's not Golden Freddy? Looking back to the first picture, the animatronic looks shockingly similar to the one in the second picture standing there. Now, let's get back to the captions. "I'm still here." Now, if it's still here, it can't remain out of the first animatronic since no animatronic looked like it except Freddy, but it's not Freddy either. Measuring their heads, Freddy is about 4 heads tall. This animatronic top to bottom is about 5 heads tall, and comparing it to Balloon Boy's head, it's about the same size as any normal animatronic, meaning either Freddy had a sudden growth spurt, or this thing is huge. So where else could it remain from? Certainly not from the toy animatronics, since nothing even looks close to that thing, and if it truly is 30 years later, then all of the toy animatronics are gone. You can even see their parts, at least something. Toy Bonnie's mask, Toy Freddy's hat, Balloon Boy's skull, all except for one, the puppet. Such a big impact on the second installment in the series, with the addition of the music box, and if you didn't wind it, this thing would break into your office and end your 10-20 run. And it was always thinking, and it could go anywhere according to Phone Guy. So, what if it escaped? At the very end of it all, in a last-ditch effort to save itself to continue its reign of terror, it snuck into the Parkland services and hid as one of the old animatronics in a suit. This makes sense because the puppet standing straight is 6 heads tall, and the animatronics that seems to be moving over the box is 5 heads tall. And the fact that 2 white dots can be seen in the animatronic in the "What Can Be Used" .jpg picture, and when the puppet attacks, you can see 2 white dots in its eyes. However, time passed and it was rendered useless, stuck in a room somewhere in the back, probably never to see the light of day, until the restaurant in Five Nights 1 closed, and whatever may have happened, the puppet saw its chance of freedom and took it. Whatever may have happened, the puppet might have found the toy animatronics parts, maybe as a grand reopening marking the 30th anniversary for Five Nights 2 restaurant. All the toy animatronics, the bite of 87, all long forgotten, but the puppet still seeks vengeance for the Golden Freddy incident, the Purple Man, all the horrifying history that haunts the restaurant's past, future, and animatronics. Now getting back to what can we use, there are 2 different things that could have happened. First, the animatronics in FNAF 1 are scrapped, and the toy animatronics are sent in to be brought back, but something goes wrong. Maybe they've rusted over time, and the toy animatronics are scrapped again, and replaced with newer versions of the originals, like a mixture between the toy and regular animatronics. And one day, when the new restaurant goes into construction, and items from the old FNAF 1 are brought over, the puppet intact stumbles across the bits and parts of the toy animatronics, and decides to give life to the old animatronics, parts and ends up creating walking abominations out of the old and toy parts that go into storage during the day but come out during the night to hunt the guard that caused all the mishaps. But what they don't know is he's long gone, never to come to the location again. Unless he's carrying a knife with him or anything like that, but that's something for a different story. The second part goes almost exactly the same, with the FNAF 1 animatronics are never scrapped, and the old toy animatronics are found by the puppet in an empty suit. Also in the parts and service, yada yada, mixed walking abominations, blah blah blah, real terror, you get the idea. And when all else fails, the puppet disguised as this mystery animatronic, presumably going in the Freddy suit, decides to finish the job, going into your office, revealing its true identity, only to get the restaurant shut down the next day. It all explains itself. I remain. What can we use? .jpg. In the puppet's darkest hours, it goes to whatever extent it has to keep you distracted for long enough. Building mutant robots, sneaking into the suit of a killer, disregarding the final resting place of 5 lost children, because now the puppet is the one pulling the strings. But hey, that's just my theory, my Fazbear theory. Thanks for watching. Okay, my apologies for that really bad game theory styled ending. But that was just the best way to describe it. This is my theory, and you can choose to believe it. You can choose not to. You can choose to spread it like the plague, click that like button and subscribe for more. Or you can simply go on about this day, because I might be spot on or I might be completely wrong. I mean, this thing here could be a giant freaking Sparky the dog or some crap, or the purple man standing in the suit, or there's endless possibilities, but this is the one that makes the most sense to me, thus it being my theory. Anyway, now that all that explaining and stuff is out of the blue, you could say, that didn't make sense, but I don't care. Welcome to End Slate, this thing where I show you and recommend videos to watch next. So the first video I'd recommend watching next is probably going to be the Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Primal Reversions Explained. Now, I'm trying to milk all I can out of that video, is what you guys might be saying, but it really kind of shows what might have happened if Game Freak decided to go in the direction with having more than 2 Primal Reversions in the game, but that still leaves open possibilities for what might happen next. There are still multiple games going to be coming out in the Pokemon series, and well, that might just happen. And what is that I'm talking about? Check out the video to find out. And next video, Minecraft Survival Games number 1. This is the one where I start off that series and can't finish it because I don't have a computer that can record Minecraft yet, but, you know, just Rod, some kid with a fishing pole and stuff. It was fun. I don't really have any other videos to describe to you right now except my other intro, which you can check out by clicking that link there somewhere near the bottom-ish of the screen, I guess. Don't really know how this layout is right now, but it's somewhere on the screen. Just threw it together in about 6 hours time, edited it in Sony Vegas, made it with Blender, all that good stuff. If you want to see it without this video, because that intro was at the beginning of this video, click that video, although I don't see why you should, but hey, but yeah, if you forgot to leave a like or subscribe, you should probably do both of those things, because I'll be making more videos like this later, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.